Thank you, and welcome to our Te Hiku Community Board meeting here today in Te Ahu. So I'd like to call on Marissa, our minute taker, to say the opening prayer in Māori. Thank you.
Ka tuku mātou kia kaha mai ngā māngai kua whiriwhirihia mō te kaunihiro te hiku o te ika ki te mahi me te ngākau, auaha me te whakamahi i ngā pukinga, me te mātauranga i roto i ngā wānanga, me ngā whakataunga kia whakatūria, ai tētahi hāpori e matatika ana, e tū kotahi ana ka mutu, ka whakapiki anō i te oranga o tō tātou rohe, ka whakatau anō i ngā take o te rohe i runga i te tika me te pono.
Thank you. We ask that through council discussions and decisions, the representatives we have elected may govern the Far North District with imagination, skill, wisdom, and to achieve a fairer and more united community that enhances the well-being of our district and solves the district's problems efficiently and effectively. Thank you. So I'd like to call on the apologies for Councillor Felicity Foy, Hilda Hogyard Harawira, members Cheryl Bainbridge, and we've got Rachel Balke online. So I'll move that. Do I have a seconder, please?
Yeah.
All in favour?
Aye.
Thank you. There's no one in public forum that I can see, so we'll go straight to the speakers. Welcome to our board today, and is it Margaret West, is it? And yes, you're representing the Douglas Bay Tennis Club in relation to a funding application that we're going to fill. Thank you. You're welcome to speak. Thank you.
What we propose is converting one of our courts to a pickleball. We have 4 courts, one's a concrete court and 3 are a synthetic surface. The concrete court's the only one appropriate for still pickleball. Now, 2 pickleball courts will fit on 1 tennis court.
That's great.
We have had a public meeting to gauge the uptake of interest. And at that public meeting, 67 people responded, either with apologies that they could not attend, or 35 attended in person to express their interest and enthusiasm for pickleball in the area, which brings just another element to Douglas Bay for youth, for older citizens. We feel it's going to be really good for the community. And pickleball itself started about 20 years ago in retirement communities in America as a way for older people to stay active and stay athletic. So this is a sport that's very social. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need to be particularly fit to be competitive. And someone like, for example, although Margaret is significantly younger than me, I stand a chance of winning against someone like Margaret because it's just a level playing field. And it's become more and more popular around the country. Most tennis clubs are now converting their tennis courts to pickleball of some kind. And that's pretty much my presentation, getting your questions.
So is there any questions?
Yeah, hi, John Stewart. Just, I know how quickly this sport's rising. We got Darren and I were just talking about what's happening in Pukenui on our courts. The equipment that you're trying to, does that stay within the club? Like, have you got a lockup and things like that?
Yes, we were not proposing that. You can have a portable net system,
yeah,
or a more permanent net system. We would tend to go with a more permanent net system because the portable systems are subject to wind and tend to blow around, whereas a more permanent system can be dynabolted to the concrete surface and is there. But we do have a lockup there on site where things can be sourced. I should probably address a question about public access. But it was a concern that was raised to us. Will the public have access to these facilities? For probably 20 years, a key to the tennis courts has been maintained at Cooper's Beach Sports and Tackle, and any member of the public can get that key. I did meet with Michelle Rockwell from council. She raised these concerns. Will the public still have access, or is it members only? The answer is no. The public still has access. Anybody has an access to that key, and we would agree to put signage on the courts. Hey, there is a key available, and here it is.
So do you have pool rackets, like if you haven't got your own racket?
That's part of our plan is to have, I think they're called paddles.
Yep.
But we'll have probably 8 paddles. Normally the club on the tennis side, we provide tennis balls. Obviously we provide pickleball balls. And those will be available as well. We wanted to have paddles on site so newer players, new novices to the sport, they have equipment there they can use until they decide to buy their own.
Do any further questions?
Sport.
Well, thank you so much for coming today, and we're discussing that further on in the meeting, and you'll be let know at the end of the meeting.
Thank you for
thank you for coming.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Just with the equipment for the cricket, because I go down to Kincaid and play down there occasionally, they have a really good system where they have a box with paddles that you can use. And I had yet to buy one because I can't decide if I'm going to keep going to Kincaid or not. But now that we're going to go down this track, I'll go and buy it.
Yes.
Essentially, because there's going to be so many new people playing, having a box of rackets there that people just borrow, and then get used to the paddle and
Yeah. Oh, okay then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. But no, I used to play at school. So Harkins, Harkins goes the same. Same thing. Same. I just repeated that. Yeah, the Vikings in this go down. This is can be very rules.
Remember, we're on live stream. So we'll move on to the confirmation of previous minutes on page 8. I'll read the minutes and I'm happy with them, so I can move them. Do I have a seconder, please?
No.
Thank you. Is there any errors or I couldn't pick any up? No. All in favour?
Favour.
Aye, thank you. So we're moving on to 7.1, which is al fresco dining renewals. Do I have a mover, please?
There.
Seconder?
Bill.
Thank you. This is all fairly straightforward. There's 3 in our area. Is there any discussion? It looks like a lot of them we're just ticking the box now.
Renewals. You have do you know what they're paying for this? Just interested because I see in Tollon that they had a big hoo-ha because it was costing too much.
I think it's in the fees and charges, but I'm not quite sure offhand what it is. I couldn't actually
I'll
read.
have a read
Yeah,
later. And
that's not. It won't be in here, but it'll be in under the fees and charges probably. The only set out I couldn't really understand was the Muscle Rock one, but hard to work out where.
what was that the deal?
I couldn't work out where the. I presume it's just the same old tables at beside the building and then out the front.
Yeah, by that fence that they built.
Yes, yeah. Other than that, I don't have any issues.
No,
No? Any questions?
no question.
All in favour?
I
Thank you. So move on to funding applications. I'll have a mover for this one and then we can discuss each one.
I'll move it, John.
Yeah,
Darren will second it.
thank you. So the first one is the Doubtless Bay Tennis Club, and you've just heard about the pickleball courts from our speaker.
I'm all support for this. I just don't know how much.
Yeah.
It's a lot of. Yeah.
I'm the same.
Like we're going to have other clubs wanting to do the same thing. We're going to be a little bit careful.
Yes,
I'm
we have.
sure.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
Well, in Hobart, they have already marked out courts themselves without funding from anyone.
Yeah.
And got their nets, and got their battles.
So we'll have to be sort of careful when we have to set a
We don't want to set a precedent. That's my opinion.
10,000 seems like quite.
I'm sure that's what it's going to cost, but I mean, we can't help everyone.
Like you say, John,
But
not
we've only-
just pending applications. If this sport's going to take off, you need to be.
So we've got what were the other tennis clubs in our area? So there's Pohora, there's Kaitaia. Where are the other tennis clubs?
Well, Hobart's not really a tennis club, it's just a location with its own courts.
Mm.
But I can tell you the Hobart pickleball people are going to come to us next meeting,
Okay.
but they don't want gear, they want something else, but more like
Okay. Yeah.
What are we thinking, Dean? What are you thinking, Bill?
Yeah.
Maybe half?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll move.
As a start off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Yeah, and of course we would prefer that it was a permanent that we're putting it towards the markings and not the not the actual equipment as such, like the rackets and
Yes, because they can go walk about.
Yeah.
They should be encouraged to buy their own rackets.
Yeah, let's
If you're interested, then you're
squash, you got a picture.
I'll move $5,000.
Yeah.
Second.
Good. Okay. Well, I second it.
So
That's towards the development, surface development
Yeah.
only. Okay. Okay.
That's changed.
All in favour
Aye.
for that one? We're on to the next one, which is a momentum.
No, sorry,
Is
I'm
that
just
Rachel?
popping in. Yeah, just popping in just to say, if we gave 5,000 for the surface development, would they be able to complete it? Will they find that money elsewhere, or do we consider 7,000?
I see they've got they do have another request in for funding, Rachel, with Oxford Sports Trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even with that
Um,
10 grand. Anyway, just.
I think our concern, Rachel, is that just because of the growth of the sport or the pending growth of the sport, we need to just make sure we don't set a precedent, like John said. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. No, that's good. I support the 5 grand.
You know, if they're stuck in another few months, there's nothing stopping them coming back and saying, "Oh, look, we're only a little bit short," or I don't know.
Yeah,
my opinion.
no, that's good. Thank you.
Well, I know that they put the Pukenui one together in a day. They painted out the 2 courts and they got 8 paddles. You don't need more than 8. That's 2 sets of doubles with 2 sets of singles. And Aaron did it out of his own pocket. Wasn't that? We wouldn't have had 10 grand.
No, that's fine. Thank you. So we're moving on to the Momentum Charitable Trust for 2,270. They did request 4.5, but I was thinking along the lines of 2. Any discussion? Ed?
It's all been all right. Have these people been to us before?
Yes, they came in May or June.
John called up many times and we all agree with him that there comes a time when we have to say, can't come to us every time.
No,
So should we make this the last time?
Well, it just depends on what they're funded.
But it is a good thing. It is a good thing what they're doing. I read the whole thing. Young people are in trouble back into work.
Well, for $270, I suppose we just
Leave it at
leave
that.
it at that.
I would actually like some feedback as to after they've done the courses and whatever they do, I'd like some feedback as to how many have got back into work
Yeah, I'd like to see
Yeah.
that too.
and being given that chance.
Yes,
So
I
it would
see that
be
too.
really cool to have that feedback, that we just sort of, not just doing these courses because it's good to do them.
Yeah, I think it goes back to our principles around, it's a little bit easier to fund physical things that are going to be around for a while if they needed something, as opposed to the courses and things like that, which are not taking away what the value of the course at all.
No,
But at the end of the day, it is ratepayers' money,
that's right.
and you want to make sure you're giving it to something that's, like you say, if there's a couple of people get work out of it,
Yeah,
then it's
we've achieved
worth,
something.
it's worth a lot more.
And I don't know whether in their project report, whether they've actually, I can't remember now, did they put one in? I presume they have from their previous one. I don't know whether anyone is able to help me there, but
A lot of people don't put these
yeah.
reports in.
Amy is online. She has her hand up.
It's Kim. Okay, Kim, can you help out whether they put their project report in and whether there was anything in the report that actually that helped these people get into work, please? Thank you.
Not a problem. Through the chair, they have put in their previous project report. I haven't seen it myself as I'm just filling in for Catherine currently. However, what we can do is when we send the letter of offer is make sure that as part of uplifting this grant that they agree to letting, as part of that project report, agree to letting you know what the outcomes and how many have moved into employment, etc. So we can definitely include that for this.
Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, if you could, please, that'll be fantastic. So,
Through the chair, in my experience with training the 18 years, if you can, if projects like this, if you can get about 25 to 30% success rate, that's good. And there's always the stigma that people learn at their own pace, and there'll be times where they do need to come back or they do need refreshers. Looking for 100% success rate is totally.
oh no, I wouldn't expect
I know
that.
But
Yeah,
that's what we used to work on. It was about 20-30%.
yeah.
In that area, and it's achievable. And if the support's there, then those that need that little bit extra time will come back.
So are we happy with the 2270 or the 2?
I think for 270, I think we just leave it at the 2270.
Okay, that's
So,
fine.
yeah.
So we'll move that.
Yep. I'm set.
Thank you. Thank you. All in favour?
Aye.
Thank you.
I
Thank you. So we're on to project reports, 51. Can have a record finishing. So on to project report 7.3 on page 51. So we've got the Ahipara Araha Matariki 2024 Artisans Affair 2024, Hohora Big Game and Sport Fishing Club, Kaitau Business Association, Ataka Thompson Youth Sailing Trust, Tā Whaka Roa Tangata, and the TPTT Nature Craft Workshops and the TPTT Regenerative green spaces and volunteering Northland. Do I have a mover, please?
Darren?
Seconder?
Yeah, Phil?
Thank you. I went through all these applications, and the only one I couldn't really work out properly with all the receipts and everything was the TPTT between the two. They must be all sort of joined together, all the receipts and invoices and things. So to bring it back to what they applied for, that's what I was.
Yeah, the majority of these ones that are there, they're all,
Yeah, and I've done the work.
that have been working in the
Yeah,
community for a
that's
long
right.
time.
Yeah, they have.
Continue to do so,
Yeah,
which is good.
yeah.
Through the chair, Kim, if you're listening, does Catherine generally run her eyes over the reports as well?
Through the chair, yes, she does.
Thank you.
There was no invoices for the Artaka Thompson, but so just a report. So that's
Through the chair, the reason for that was that it's sponsorship for those
Yes,
two students to
figured
go,
that.
so no invoices
Yeah.
included.
yeah, I figured that.
Cool.
So all in favour? Thank you. So that's it. Then we're up to page 77, which is the setting of our meeting schedule. So I'll move it. Do I have a seconder, please, so we can discuss it?
Darren?
So I'd like to propose that we take off the January meeting, please.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good with me. I'm so busy in January. I think I sent you an email on the one.
Rachel?
Yes, agreed.
Thank you. Other than that, everything else looks fine. So you said you'd taken off the October one, which
Yeah, so it's not there in
yeah, up to September, but
September, none in November.
yeah,
We're not going that far.
elections of the 11th of October.
Oh, of course.
Our meeting that's right at the end of September, that one has been removed because there's one at the beginning of September anyway.
hold on. 30th
So
of
this
September, you've got a 2nd of September. Oh,
So we've got one up here as well
oh,
because
okay.
they're full weekly based.
Okay,
So this has been removed and so have all of these.
that one's
That's
been,
other.
that's been removed, is it?
Yes.
I've been like this.
So our last meeting will be the 2nd of September.
Okay.
Okay, that's all, and then all happy with that?
Through the chair, you know how good I am with reports. Beard, how does it, like, because it's interesting because I go to the CBEC meetings in Wellington and a lot of those, they meet 6 times a year for about 2 or 3 hours, 2 hours sometimes. And we seem to, we meet often, which I enjoy, which we're happy to do. The reports seem to come around and I've only just finished the meeting. Like, would it be valuable or to incorporate every second meeting or something?
Or reports?
Yeah. Or do we have to do it every time? It's just that we seem to finish a meeting and we're done, and then we have a report following. How long is it? It's normally
About 3 weeks it captures. So because you enter your reports very early and have the meeting, you're going back to capture the days before.
yeah.
Is that gap between due date that's in having the meeting, is that missing bit
Yeah.
in that previous one
Which is yes, yeah.
to capture?
And I mean, I suppose this is a lot different for Adele because she's doing so much. But for me, I just I don't know if anyone else feels the same way. I feel like I don't write down what I'm doing, and then I come to the report. Oh, can I just try and put it in place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our democracy services
Yeah.
about if you, with regard to standing orders, perhaps I've seen elected members, council meetings. They noted how many have filed reports and
Yeah.
for each month as well, if that applies with community board.
Yeah, interesting.
It's actually not a requirement under the Local Government Act.
No, well, most of the other
Yes, ma'am.
community boards don't do it. Not not the Far North, but the other.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't do it. And I was just wondering. Sometimes I don't know. Am I?
I think it's good to be accountable to the ratepayer.
100%. I'm not saying don't report. I'm just.
I know it's true. Sorry.
I'm happy for just even a verbal report. Doesn't, we can discuss some of the things that are going on in our communities in our report. And even if it's just verbal, that's fine.
Yeah, sometimes, sorry, through the
Excuse me.
sometimes with the report, sometimes I've got nothing to basically put down. There's not much in certain months, like last month, like now. But then, yeah, it's, like I say, we're obliged to report to the community. And even if it's verbal and you give us that opportunity, that's fine, because sometimes, issues arrive just before the meeting.
I think it's very valuable if we've got something, but I mean, like Bill says, sometimes you're just looking for, and I don't write everything down. I went down and cleaned the RSA thing of graffiti again the other day. That's what, you know what I mean? Like, what are you trying to do? Well, that's what we do. We do this all the time. But anyway,
So we really should leave that for our, when we have our reports. So this discussion is on our meeting schedule.
Yeah, I know.
So if we can, so we can just.
Well, the meeting schedule sort of coincides with the report schedule, because as soon as we finish a meeting, we've got to put a report in.
So the reports are due next Wednesday, isn't it?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm just saying, what if we did a report every second time?
Yeah.
You're still reporting.
Yeah, a bi-monthly report would be good. A bi-monthly report would be a good idea.
I think
one every second.
individual reports, because it keeps me aware of things that may not have been
Outstanding,
and outstanding. And if it's bi-monthly, for me, I could have missed that window of opportunity to start.
No, that's a very good comment, Ben.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Ben.
So it's not necessarily a lot that Beverly needs, she just wants to keep it current.
Yeah. And like I said, with RFS systems, et cetera, there's a lot of outstanding issues that just talking today about something that's way back.
Yeah, I've lost that window of opportunity to have some action.
No, very valid, Ben, thank you. I'll complete my. I'll put in.
So everyone happy with the dates apart from January? Okay. All in favour?
Aye.
Thank you. So we'll go to the the open resolutions page. I'll move this one. Do I have a seconder, please?
Yeah.
So we've going through this report. So the drainage meetings are on the 5th of December.
Yes.
Sarah?
Yep.
Just in a couple of weeks' time.
I've got to be there too, sorry, I missed the last one.
Yes, okay, that's fine. Hopefully we can, we're getting some traction here. I think Fiona's working hard with Tanya Proctor too. Yeah.
I'm being sorry through the chair. That's one of the most outstanding issues since I joined.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's,
Yeah.
it's coming together slowly.
Yeah.
So any other things on here? I'm not sure about the footpaths. I saw Elizabeth the other day at council, and I said, "Oh, when are you coming to see us?" And the general comment sort of was, "I'm not sure whether there will be any funding." So I don't know. Has been approved in the LTP, but I'm just letting you know that.
Through the chair,
Yes.
can I just talk about something on all policies? Is that the rewrite of the new, is it a draft of new policies for the halls?
So that was when the board had requested a report for hall financials.
Yeah.
So that's what that's supposed to be. It was supposed to come to this meeting,
That's right.
but because of the annual report, it's been pushed to December. So I've been following up with that team, and by our December meeting, we should have a report on the financials for the halls.
But also the Lake Owahia Hall report.
So those, yes, that one was also pulled because it wasn't ready. It's been pushed to December as well, the Owahia Hall.
Just so I clarify, it's the word is pulled or
Oh, it wasn't approved.
Moved.
It wasn't
Sorry,
moved.
it's been moved.
It wasn't
not
approved in time.
No, it's
Yeah.
And I just want to talk briefly to that in my verbal report.
And we can probably take off the recommendation because they dealt with that at council the other day, the community grant policy and the community board funding policy, because that's all been dealt with now, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. I'll take
Yeah.
it off.
So which one was that?
That's on page 89.
So a review of community grant policy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's been dealt with. They approved that on, I think there was a couple of amendments or something they had to put in, but yeah. And we've we've adopted the placemaking plan, so there's we'll keep that on there because that's still got to come back to us.
Yeah.
Make sure that they've done.
Through the chair, previous meeting, did we, the resolution, the thing around the North Park toilet, there was going to be some to find out what communication came from Goal.
Yeah. Back on there, so.
Because I think this is a little bit ongoing, David, and over, 2 or 3 times now I've said, there's been no community request to go instead of it being an official request from council as such, like get our board, get the KBA, just put a little bit of community pressure on them because at one stage they were all for it, and then it just collapsed. And we were going to find out. We're going to try and get someone to find out who sent the letter. Where is it?
Reading the last, through the chair, the last comment. District Facility Asset Manager will visit for a review for the current LTP because of the light LTP, do with funding that even if there was contract.
Oh, sorry, where's that?
No, it's
Five.
come on, yeah.
Which page?
87, sorry if I'm.
I have a page here.
Oh, I see. It's over the page. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
87.
What is 2? So we left it to lie on the table, so
Ongoing investigation for a suitable local asset manager will reserve prior to year 4. This is, we've had that toilet issue for the last 4 or 5 years.
yes, yeah. We have.
I thought at some stage it was already, yeah.
No, they it was going to go in, they put all the infrastructure in and behind the Kaitai, welcome Kaitai sign. All the electricity and everything was all in there ready
So,
for that to happen. It was supposed to go in behind there, and then Gull pulled out.
so regardless of the funding, Bev, and the LTP, wouldn't it be prudent to try and get permission from Gold still?
We spoke last meeting of writing a letter of support. Could we still do that? And maybe I could contact the business association and any other community group to write their letter, and we just give it one more push to see if we can get them on board.
I agree, Rachel, the more of us on
Yeah, so we
the
can-
same
'cause
page, the better.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to cause any problems from them.
No.
They don't have to clean it or anything. It'll be on the council
We could
to
just
do
lay
that.
that out in our letter that, you know, it's not going to cause them any problems. It will be maintained and
Yeah.
cleaned. The community supports it, would really appreciate their, you know.
I mean, even Rachel, I think even to the degree where it could give them extra sales, you know, if someone needs a toilet, you know, well, yeah. So,
yeah,
if we could.
I'd be happy
get-
to talk to the community board, to the business association or any other community group.
Yeah, it'd be really good if John could
And if
push it
we all
through.
put it in together.
I've got a KBA meeting next week, but I think first we need to get the letter that was sent to council back in probably 2 years ago regarding when they said, oh, no, sorry, can't use it, yeah.
Yes, get that, and then let's find out what their issue was so that we can address that rather than just write a letter. Let's actually see what their issues were so we can address that and then show our combined community support for it.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I think part of it was going to be on road reserve anyway, which is our land, or might be Wakakotahi's land, but
Yeah, so all that would
Yeah.
be great in the letter to
be
actually.
part of theirs and part of ours, I think.
They have, we can try and find that letter, Bev, is that possible? Okay, thank you.
Great.
Thanks, Rach.
Is that all on the resolutions page?
Yeah.
So you made a note of,
Yes.
good one, thank you. So all in favour?
All right.
So we're now on to our reports. Do I have a mover, please, for the chairperson and members' reports?
Darren? Bill, second.
Thank you. So on my report is, you can take it as read. I really would like an answer about the shade sale, the cleanliness, please. It's still sitting over there really in a bad state in Centennial Park. So I attended the Road to Recovery State of the North session last Tuesday at Kerikeri. It really went off very well.
Yeah, I
was really happy the way it went and was presented well. So I was really pleased, yeah. And did you see the bit about the Kaitai Airport?
Yes.
Yes. So that's exciting. 13th of December.
Yep.
Is signing up date, so hopefully that all goes well. 2:00 in the afternoon.
Chair, you was looking at resolution on the Kaitai Airport.
relationship.
Oh, is it on there?
Yeah, it's
Oh, sorry. Or probably next month we can take it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because of being done this after next month. Yeah. So is there any discussion on my meeting? Very, very short report. Any questions? No? Oh, thank you. So, Darren.
You can take mine as read, but funny enough, how we're talking about timing, I put a RFS in that will be in our next one, and they've only done half the job, so I'm going to put it back in again today. It was for metal and grading on Burnage Road,
Okay.
and they've just graded it without metaling it, and that's going to do both.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to, once this meeting's over, we're going to go next door and put that RFS in again. Because I had two customers, two members of the committee rang up about it last night. Ian Davis was one of them, and he doesn't complain very often.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me.
So, John,
No, I haven't got anything to report.
you've been to CBEC, yep.
Yeah, I'm waiting on our report of our meeting, and I can put it in next
Okay.
on Wednesday, before Wednesday. Yeah.
Cool.
First of all, my apologies for not putting the report. Just a quick report on the community. Aoni Day was a huge success. I know there'll be some repercussions in terms of licenses for the park, etc., but it was a huge learning curve. It worked really good in terms of the safety aspect. That could have gone better. Obviously, we stepped on some toes of some of the local businesses, but that can all be ironed out in the next year. So we'll work on that. But otherwise, brilliant day. I've asked Bev if I could have speakers to the December meeting in relation to Rangiputa, i.e. the two issues, the hall and use of the hall by the community, and the other one was the cliff face going into Rangiputa. I still think that's a big issue. I have had replies from my RFS for that. An officer's been out and cleared the debris, but they never cleared the debris. That was done by the locals. Since John's photo, since my tenure in the area, the slips have got progressively worse in terms of before they used to be just slush coming down the hills. Now we're getting rocks. You saw it in John's photo, the size of this.
Good.
And now also we're getting undercutting of trees. So there's the chairman of the Rangiputa Ratepayers Group would like to address the board.
Yes,
December's meeting.
No worries. That'll be good. I just liaise with Marissa to set up a time and
Okay.
yeah,
Brilliant.
and place.
Yeah.
And confirm where we're going to be. Yeah.
And obviously you just said that the Lake Oya issue will be put on the table in December, so that's really good. And I've been speaking with them and working with the committee, just so we can get some clarification of what's happening, when it's happening, and why, etc., etc. There seems to be some conflicting reports coming through. And basically, that's good progress in some of the RFSs. They're starting to move a lot quicker. A couple outstanding, but again, I'll work with Bev on those to bring those forward again and make sure they're addressed. Thank you.
Oh, good. So, Rachel.
Yes. Apologies for no report like John. I sort of combined it into my next one. Just sort of my time has been spent a lot out and about in doing community things. Like we did the colour run the other day. It was an amazing, well-run community thing the other day that they did. Heaps of people using that loop, and yeah, that was real successful. And then the street clean, which we'll be involved in, that takes off again tomorrow because it was cancelled because of the rain. I know you were tending to Adele, which was really good. I think that'll be real successful and a really great start. We're looking at the the signs as you come in and out of town, all the way down State Highway 1 now is being, making sure that they're going to be clean or replaced and ready to go when the Mangamukas open. So we've just been following along with that. And also the rubbish issues, the collection points and drop-off points. I've had a lot of people contact me around not being happy with their road being a collection point. It's just not working. People just abuse it all the time. So trying to find ways to working with Simon to try and address those issues. And also had a chat with Clayton from Wanganui Rugby. The lease that they have on those fields down there, we'll need to put that on the agenda at some stage to have discussions with them because it's sort of very overdue to be signing. They haven't signed their lease there for quite some time. They want to have a discussion with council around maintenance of those fields down there. It's going to become a bit of an issue going forward. It's such a huge area to maintain. They're trying to do it by themselves, but so just need a discussion on that. So I'll put that all in my report as well, and maybe we just need to table that at some stage. Talk about that as well. Also would love to get the Mayor's task force on the agenda at some stage because I'd like to organise a meet-up up here to see what we can do for either some initiative with the children looking to go into work, but also people that maybe are out of work. I'd like to see more happening up in our area as well. So I think we talked about putting that on the agenda at some stage, but it'd be great to have that fixed in there somewhere.
I'm not sure whether that's an agenda item, but is it?
We have the lady in charge of the Mayor's task force.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Great. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Bev.
Okay, thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Thank you. So anyone else? No, there's no one else to give a report. So all in favour?
Aye.
So to stay on, Rachel, I'd like you to do a closing karakia, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Kia tautua rangi Māori ki runanga I ngā iwi o te ao. Let your peace reign on all the people of the world. Thank you for this awesome group of people who are here to serve our community. We just ask a blessing and safety on everyone as we go forward and to do our work. Āmeni.
Thank you.
Can we end the live stream, please?
Oh, that's a record.